What's up, everybody? Welcome to System Crafters. I'm David Wilson, and we're back again with another stream in the Spring Lisp Game Jam 2024 Game Jam. This is the 6th day of me working on the project. What we've been working on so far is what I'm calling a dungeon defense game. It's not a new concept. I'm sure that there's been plenty of things like this before, but it's effectively a reverse dungeon crawler where instead of playing the role of the hero, you play the role of the monsters in the dungeon who are trying to prevent the hero from taking all the treasure and whatever else is relevant to a sort of a game loop. And you do that using a kind of a minimal scripting language, which is, using S expressions like scheme, but it's not really scheme. It's sort of just a thing we concocted for the purpose of this game. If you want to take a look at what we've got so far, we basically just got a little 2D top-down world with a red hero and a little green monster guy. If I wanted to have the monster walk over to this blue gem, I could say find item, gem blue, and I think it's take item. So if I add this new logic rule to the monster guy and press run, it will start walking over to the whichever blue gem it's closest to, I guess, and then it will grab that gem, or at least try to grab it. And the pathfinding algorithm is a little bit wacky at the moment. It just takes a strange path sometimes. Trev has some ideas on how we could fix that, so maybe we can get that done today. But that's sort of where we're at right now. The goal for today is to implement win and lose states, or basically a complete game loop, so that you can start the game and try to play by the rules of the game to prevent the hero from succeeding at his goal. We have to figure out what that means, because I don't really have a clear idea yet about how the game works, other than just sort of the high level idea that I explained to you already. So we'll have to figure out what that means, but that's just part of the fun of the process. We, start working on some code and see how things go, and we just get inspired by new ideas as we make progress, and we figure out how to finish it off. So this is, like I said, this is the 6th day working on this project. I'm pretty happy with the progress we've made so far, and I'm feeling like, it won't be like a super complete or polished game by the end of the jam, which is, I think, the last day is Monday. Maybe it needs to be submitted by Monday morning. But it's good enough. Like, I think it's proven the point that something like this can be written with Guile Hoot right now. If you don't know about Guile Hoot, it is the scheme to WebAssembly compiler that's currently being developed by the Sprightly Institute, Sprightly Hoot. Let's go to the main page for that. Super fun project to work with. You basically just have a compiler that is derived from Guile Scheme, and you can write Guile-looking code to compile that to WebAssembly and run that in the browser. And all this code that you see right now running in this browser is actually Scheme code that got compiled to WebAssembly and just loaded up to execute. It's working great. I have most of the things I need to get the job done. So it's been pretty nice for me so far to use this tool set. It's much better than my last entry in the Autumn Lisp Game Jam. That was Flux Harmonic Cybersol. This was also written with Guile Hoot, but it was written with Guile Hoot 0.1, and it required a lot of glue code between the scheme and the JavaScript side of things. Let's see if it loads. It should load. Basically, it's a keyboard-driven solitaire game. Can I actually play this? Let's see. Is it L? Yeah, L-U. There we go. So you can just play it with the keyboard. The instructions are down here. But that's my first entry trying to use Scheme in the browser, and it worked out pretty well. I think it went fine, but I think we're doing better this time. So let's see. Haven't seen anybody in the chat yet. If you're here, say hello, and I'll take a little sip of water. All right. So for those of you who are interested in learning Guile Scheme, if you're watching the streams and you're kind of curious about how to write Guile, I've got a new instance of my hands-on Guile Scheme for Beginners course. Where is the link? Systemcrafters.net. If you go to systemcrafters.net and click on the link in the orange box here, all the information is there. Course is starting up on June 8th. This is an interactive course where you will be working on the course together with a group of however many people who join. Usually it's about 20 to 30 people. You kind of discuss with each other on the forum and with me as well, obviously. Also on live video Q&A calls, which happen, I think, 4 or 5 times throughout the course. So it's a good time. The people who've gone through it so far seem to like it. So go check out this page and take a look. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me about it. I'd be happy to answer them. Hello to Martin and Roberto. And Trev, Kaiser, Alejandro. Kaiser says, woot, woot, hoot for the win. Yes, hoot is good stuff. I'm having fun. And I'm highly optimistic because I think even right now, I think I could use it to write some pretty interesting stuff. Like programs that I would like to write in the browser. I think that we're at a point where good abstractions can be built to make UI applications and games and pretty much anything else you would want to make in the browser. I know that Dave Thompson has worked on kind of like a React style UI framework. I mean, like really early prototype, but effectively making it look like SXML. So you can have scheme code that gets turned into UI elements in the browser, and then you sort of do a functional style interaction with it. So it's basically like React for Scheme almost, but better. I'm really interested to see how something like that could be applied to writing an application. And one thing I've been thinking about recently is possibly writing some kind of chat application where it's basically a front end for IRC, so that you have like a better interface to IRC that is more familiar to people who have used things like Discord or Matrix. So that might be something that we could look into on the channel at some point, like a kind of a live hacking project. But it really just depends on how people feel after watching me stream for an entire week on a video game. If people want to see more kind of live streaming of stuff. I'm having fun, but I wonder if I'm annoying people with all the notifications for live streams this week. Okay. Hello to DSlackW. So like I said, today the goal is to work on win-lose states for the game. Please feel free to let me know if the audio level of the music is too high, because it's hard for me to tell sometimes. And we left off with basically implementing the necessary behaviors for things in the game. We probably won't get to like syntax highlighting in the editor yet, or indentation or anything. I mean, that's kind of advanced stuff that really isn't necessary for completing the game. We will probably need to add a couple things. I don't know if we should add them today. Thanks, Martin. Or some other time. Trev says, need to turn on Creed. No, I don't want to have any copyright strikes. Otherwise, we would definitely bump some with arms wide open, just on repeat the entire time to set the mood. Let's see. So, yeah, we need a log area that tells you sort of messages about what's happening in the game world. We probably need some other general affordances for making it obvious what's happening. Like whenever you hit run, I'm thinking like maybe something needs a flash, like the button needs a flash, or the background color of this editor needs a flash to let you know that it actually did get submitted. Other than that, I'm sort of toying with the idea of making it possible to pause the game so that you have time to edit the script before things go further. So we might need to add some more buttons to this panel here. I might take this monster label off. Another thing might be nice would be if you could click on the monster to see its script, or press some key binding to cycle through the monster, so you don't have to go up here and click on this, because it slows you down to do that. Trev says it would be nice to highlight the goblin whose script we're editing. Yes, actually that's probably a very important thing to do. So we could actually try to implement that first. That might be pretty easy. Let's think about that then. HTML, canvas. It's not a filled rectangle. What's the opposite of filled? Stroke rectangle. Stroke rect. There we go. Can I give it a thickness? I think there must be a way to set the thickness somewhere else. So HTML, canvas, stroke rect, width. Line width. Okay, line width, we'll add 50% of its width. Cool. So that right there should be enough to draw something. It's nice to be using canvas because you don't have to do anything crazy. Like this OpenGL, you got to do some extra work just to make rectangles on the screen of a certain thickness. So let's see. For the game, we go back to game.scm in the main, sorry, game.scm right here. On the draw frame, probably what we should do Yes, sometimes it freezes. I don't know what's going on. YouTube has its issues now and then. Yeah, I think at least adding this would be pretty useful for the player to understand what is happening. So let's go ahead and try to add that. In the draw procedure, how do we know which, excuse me, which entity is currently selected? I think that's in game.scm. So the editor, the selection procedure, which is here, set editor content. We also need to keep track of the selected entity. So probably we need another field in game for that. So we have editor. I suppose, yeah, let's just do it here. Selected entity, monster. And set game selected monster. We'll need to grab that here, game selected monster. That will give us the what we need to draw that. And then in the handler, right here, we will say set game selected monster. First, let's do this. Let entity or monster, we could say. Let's try to use, the thing I realized is that I need to slow down with my key presses so that I can think about what the appropriate key I need to use is and press it rather than just slamming the same old stuff over and over and over again and moving really inefficiently. So I'm going to try to do that a little bit today. I will fail, but you'll get to laugh at me while I fail, so that's fine. So let's do this. We're going to put monster here. We're going to go entity script monster. We're going to take this. I don't know the way to join a line. Join line. There's no binding for that. Oh, that's not even what I wanted. Join line. See, that's what I want, but it doesn't do like I expect. I'm used to evil mode where you press capital J and it joins the current line with the next line and cleans up the white space, but it doesn't work like that here. I need to get rid of that paren and then add another paren at the end here. Then I can go back and indent all this. So now we have the monster. We set the game selected monster. We've set the editor content the right way. Now we can go back into game.scm and in the draw procedure, after drawing all the entities, I can draw a selection rectangle. Excuse me. Sorry about that. There's a lot of really weird stuff in the air in Greece right now. Let selected monster. Let's just go with selected. Game selected monster game. And then now, if selected, or let's say when selected. Whoops. Okay, and then back this way. So when it's selected, we need to draw something. So we're going to set the line width to context. Let me see if Dave added a method for that. So line, whoops, line width, nope. Let me go to DOM canvas. Width. Okay, we're gonna have to add that ourselves. That's fine. So fill rect, stroke rect. Okay, we don't have stroke rect either. That's fine. We're gonna do that. We're gonna add stroke rect. Stroke rect. We're also gonna add set. So there's a set scale. We're gonna copy that and we're gonna do, what was it? Set line width. And that is a single number, floating point number. We need to go into game.js to add this. So when we see canvas, we see set scale right here. We're gonna copy that wrapper. So what I'm doing right now is I'm updating the mapping between scheme procedures and the JavaScript API functions they need to call, because this doesn't happen automatically. The reason why is because Guile Hoot compiles the WebAssembly, and it doesn't make assumptions about the host environment where the WebAssembly gets executed. So there has to be some extra work done to wire up the WASM program effectively to the host runtime and APIs. So there's just a little bit of extra work here. I think the goal over time is to provide these wrapper APIs via libraries so that it's easy for someone like me or you to pull in a full DOM or Canvas API into your Hoot project and then not have to do all this yourself. I don't know like what the timeline is for things like that, but it's really just a matter of the community coming in and trying to help with that, which I want to do that. I would like to do that because I'd like to write more apps with Hoot. So let's see what happens. Okay. Set scale. We're going to call this, see, CTX line width equals width. That should be good enough for that. We're going to change this to width. We're going to change this to line width. Okay, so set line width, that should be good. We also need to add something for stroke rect. So I'm just going to copy the fill rect procedure and change that to stroke rect. We're going to go to fill over here and delete this stroke rect. All the same stuff. So those bindings should be all good now. And just make sure here, stroke. Did I add stroke? No, I don't think I added stroke. Fill rect. Need to make sure I export these as well. Okay, so I didn't update these. All right. Now, where we see fill rect in the exports, we will also add a stroke rect. And then we'll also add a set line width. There we go. Now back in game.scm, we should be able to set line width. I'm going to call it 2px for now. Is this going to be a number? Yeah, okay. So 2. And then we should set a color too. Stroke style. Might need that as well. So go to game.js. Is there a style in here anywhere? Set fill color. Can stroke style include the width? I wonder. Stroke style property. Here we go. Stroke color or pattern. All right, cool. So let's do that. Set fill color. And then it's going to be stroke style. Okay. We got set stroke style, stroke. Okay. Now we'll go back into canvas.scm, set fill color. We're going to copy that and then make that also be set stroke. I'm having a stroke because I can't type stroke. Stroke style. Stroke style. Okay. Back in game.scm, set stroke style. We're going to call that red also. And then stroke rect. And this is going to be at the position of the selected entity. So we already have selected, which is good. All right, so selected. Do we have the width? Tile size? Tile size. It's not here, huh? Okay, we'll just hard code it for now. That's fine. So times level. That was tile sheet, right? Tile sheet. Tile sheet, tile width. Yeah, we're multiplying that times the selected, sorry, the entity X of selected. tile sheet tile height multiplied by the entity y of selected. Then the width, I think, or is that x1, x2? Let me go back. Like W says, what Lisp do you use? I'm using Guile Scheme through a compiler called Guile Hoot. That is probably 50 by 100 pixels rectangle. Okay, cool. Got the Twitch spammers already. Fantastic. All right, so that is tile. Ooh, I messed that up. So let me go back here, back right there. Okay. And I should have just stored those values, shouldn't I? Tile width, because I'm going to need them again. Okay, so then tile width, we can just make this be a single line. And tile width, tile height. This should work, but we'll find out very soon whether it doesn't. Go back and recompile the game. Let's see, duplicate definition, set scale. Oh, I must have messed up in Canvas, set scale. All right, so set scale. Yep, I forgot to update this one. So this needs to be set line width. Go with that. I think I need to use current game. Okay. Where was that? Excuse me. Man, I'm losing it. Here we go. Game selected monster. That will be in current game. So current game. Let's go. Tile sheet, tile width. Oh, tile size. Whoops. That's even easier. Game. Tile width. I can just get rid of both of those, can I? Yeah, maybe not. Let's just say that. We're gonna simplify this. Since we know that the tiles are rectangular, there's no reason to do anything other than this, so whoops. Size, we're gonna kill this, go back and close off the bindings. Here we can just change width to size. And then if we go back, we can change height, size as well. And now that's done. It should be compiling. Should be. Unbound top level set stroke style. I believe in Canvas, I need to go up and set. There we go. Set stroke style. I need to export that. Make sure we still have it. Wrong number of arguments to set line width. Okay, that makes sense. I wasn't passing the canvas into those. So let me go back into the draw procedure. And context. All right, so that's where I'm going to be setting these things. Context. And then right here, we also say context. Recompile. Set game selected monster. That would be in game, another game.scm. That would be current game. Hopefully that's all the errors now. How long have we spent on drawing a rectangle? 20 minutes. Come on. All right, let's get back to our game here. And then, it looks like an error. Struck rect is not a function. Yes, you're right. It's not a function. So let's check game.js struck rect. Let's check canvas.scm struck rect. There it is. Also, I screwed that up. Stroke rect. Okay. Okay. How's everyone else's game jam entries coming? I see Dave just joined us in the IRC. He may not be watching yet. This is a mug from the PowerShell conference from 2016. So, yes. I'm not currently a user of PowerShell, but I was there. Let me check out how we can do this. Loot up. I don't see any rectangle being drawn around loot up. Where's my System Crafters mug? It's not big enough. I need a bigger mug for coffee. I use System Crafters mug for tea. I can make a bigger one. There are multiple PowerShell conferences, if you can believe it. Okay, so I wonder why this is not actually working. I should probably write out some print messages. So let's go back to game and selected. Let's write out here pk selected. Let's just see how that goes. It's probably going to spam the crap out of us. I may have to delete the tab and come back. Alejandro says the yellow goblin has something on his shoulders, the others don't. Yeah, it's supposed to be like spikes. He's kind of a demon. Selected. Okay, nothing is selected yet. Yeah, okay, there is something selected now, but it's still not drawing it. I wonder why. What else would I have done wrong? Maybe giving the wrong numbers? Am I printing the wrong, or sorry, am I writing the wrong stuff? Let's see. Stroke rect context to red. Let's write out pk select position. Make sure I'm doing the right thing too. Okay. That's going to be tile size. Overriding the stroke. It's drawing after, so it shouldn't be. Entity X selected. Let's just do that. I don't think so, but maybe. I won't rule it out completely. It could be something really dumb. Trev, if you go on YouTube, you can find videos of me speaking at PowerShell conference just to prove to yourself that it's a real thing. Interesting. So I can't actually select a different one. It doesn't believe that there's another one to select. I need to fix that logic a little bit. Yeah, so it's actually writing out the position of where the thing is. That should be fine. So something else is wrong. Entity X, entity Y, tile size, tile size. Tile size must be the right value, I would guess. Don't really want to wait again for the print, but I think we can kind of surmise from what we're seeing here. 160, the next value is 144, so that does like 32. Or is it 16? 4. What did I say it was in game? Tile size 32, 16. Yeah, 16. Interesting. What if I draw the rectangle in a fixed position every frame, just to make sure that we're seeing what we expect to see? So here I will just comment both of these out, and I'll say at 0, 0, we'll draw it every frame and see what we see. Ismail says maybe order of drawing. I'm drawing it after everything, so it should be fine. Because as you can see in... Why is this here? As you can see here, I am using for each on items and entities. I draw the level first. So all the asset drawing is right here, and I'm drawing everything else after that. So it shouldn't be what we don't expect. There's something else about drawing a rectangle I'm doing wrong. There was a... Let's see, where was it? This one right here. Line width, stroke style, stroke rect. How did I do it wrong? Stroke rect, stroke style, line width. Let me make sure I've lined everything up correctly. So line width, context, line width. Okay. Stroke style. Stroke style equals style. Stroke rect. Stroke rect. XY width height. Okay. Then back in canvas. Stroke rect is bound correctly. Stroke style. Set stroke style. Okay, that seems to be bound correctly. Line width. Set line width. Okay. All three of those seem okay. Is there anything else I have to do that's special? Yeah, this seems to be working fine. Line width is 100. I wonder, do I need to clear anything else that had been done previously? How about, is there like a clear rect? What does that mean? HTML canvas clear styles. Reset. Reset. Reset's not bound. Okay, maybe I need to set reset. Let's see. And that doesn't take anything other than the object itself. So let's just drop this in. We're gonna call a reset. We're gonna make this a exclamation point method because it's mutating the state of the context. Then over in game.js, we're going to go up at the top here and, whoops, reset, ctx, that's it, ctx.reset, pretty sure that's right? Examples. And where are you calling reset? Okay, before drawing. Great. So now we can go back into canvas.scm, make sure we are exporting reset. And that needs to be with exclamation point. And then in game.scm, I can call reset context, just in case, because who knows. The best is that I'm using VS Code in the vid. That's because I was writing the PowerShell VS Code extension. And the language server. Yes, I was paid to know PowerShell. So yeah, we're still not seeing anything. What's the deal with that? What warning are we looking at here? That's really strange. Should I be more specific with the style? FFOOOO? It's not printing though. Wait, oh, I'm an idiot. What happened? What happened? I am not resetting the image to be rendered every time. It's clearing the whole thing out. Very interesting. Reset blanks to canvas? Are you serious? Okay, so hold on. Fill color context, fill rect. I don't know. It seems really strange that it would do that. Let me do this. Hey. We're wasting time. I reset the canvas. I thought that just resets the drawing, not the entire canvas. Sorry, the parameters of drawing. Maybe I'm wrong about that. And canvas, image, draw image. If I go back to game.js, draw image. This says context draw image. That's very weird, man. Let's try something a little bit bigger, huh? Oh, you know what? It might be this. A 2.0. Because I'm not using a floating point number specifically, it might not be translating correctly over to the other layer. Watch that be the problem. That's a little bit tricky. I feel like the foreign function interface, if you tell it it's a float that you're sending, shit, it still didn't fix it. My genius idea didn't work. I don't know if there's really any other way to accomplish this. Unless we could change how the sprite gets rendered. I'll have to ask Dave when he comes on. Oh, well, one thing I haven't done is select something. No, I shouldn't. No, okay, yeah. I have to select something. Damn. That's really weird. I don't get it. What if I don't set a stroke style? Is it necessary? Does it have defaults? What if I don't set anything? How do I get to the end? Stroke rect, stroke style red. Clearly it's working here. Am I passing the wrong thing somehow? Get context, canvas 2D. Context, that's it. Still not seeing any rectangle. How about this? Let's stop drawing everything else for a second. Change the tile itself before drawing. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I would try to do that. The stroke style of color? Yes, it is a color. At least that's what they tell me in the documentation. So if we go back to the stroke style property right here. Draw a rectangle with stroke style equals red. Can't edit it. Green. So it does work whenever it's used correctly. All right, let's go over to our game. We're not going to render anything just yet, but we're going to write something out. So I'm really confused about that. Why doesn't it work at all? Well, okay. Here's another way that this might be the case. All right, this is going to be a problem. I can already tell. I wonder why drawing images isn't affected by this. Canvas, draw image. I mean, those are all float 64s also. In level, or actually draw entity. I'm not changing them to floats at all. Yeah, okay, there's the rect. You can see it now. So it definitely is a floating point number issue for this specific API. Tile size. Let me check on tile size. Is stroke style only a color? Only shows a part? Yeah, I think it's because I'm at 0, 0. Let me go back and see what I'm setting for tile size. Is that in tile sheet? Make tile sheet 16. Let's change this to 16.0.0. Wait. That's a number, so let's leave that. But 16.0 we're gonna make as the tile width, and that should fix the other thing, I think. Stroke rect. So now I should be able to say tile size and tile size, and just delete that. And I think that will fix it. And we'll go ahead and set this stuff back too. That was a lot of time spent on a rectangle. Yeah, I guess it's inefficient to have to constantly worry about typecasting numbers as they go across the foreign interface, but certainly causes some trouble. Oh, I need to go back. Well, let's do this first. Yeah, okay, so we got a rectangle here that should be following. Yeah, and we're not clearing it either, so this is the reason why you're seeing it trace around a little bit. It's starting to look like Tetris, though. Rev, we're going to implement your game by accident here. All right. Here we go. I mean, we could do that, too. Oh, what did I just do? Actually, I want to cancel that, and I'm going to change the width to maybe 1.5. That 2 is too thick. Maybe even 1 is fine in this case. Let's try that.